Hey, welcome back to the Journal, guys. Thanks for that exciting look behind the scenes, Mikkel. It's good.
Now, in our next journal story, producer Leo Zhao features painter Kurt Rostek, whose paintings have been exhibited in Toronto, Beijing, New York, with a career that expands all the way back to the early 80s. Now, let's get into it.
Inspirations come from many places. They come from myself and my own life, my own travels, my own beliefs. I believe in the eyes, not just looking out, but looking in. So there's a lot of the subconscious involved. But nonetheless, I really do put an effort into having my work being somewhat universal so that everybody can look at it and get something from it. This painting goes back to a series that was done in 2006. It really explores an issue of the flag, the banner, an icon, but it also explores, again, memory. As a child, I first started drawing and painting birds. And then there's this baseball cap, and what does it contain? The mind, thoughts, sight, eyes, mouth, all of our expressions as humans. And here's this bird, and he's approaching. Is he a predator? Or does he just want to make friends? Do we know? This painting is something a little different for me. It was one that was done with great affection. This was a painting I painted for my wife last year for Christmas. It's a source of energy and growth, birth, rebirth, death, the entire circle of it. And that's why I've chosen to make these sunflowers all intertwining and wrapped around one another, as it shows interconnectedness with our lives and how we are connected to each other and to our garden. Well, this is my newest piece. Again, it's from the Canadian Icons series. It's done on very thick plywood, 3/4 of an inch thick. You can see the router ring in it in various places, the waterfall, through the fish. This is something I'm really happy with how this is working. There's a lot of painting left to do on it. The sky and the mountains are all melting together. It's a really foggy, steamy day in the mountains out west. The salmon is on her way home to where she was born to give birth and then die. The circle goes around again. The river is fairly turbulent. White caps are carved into the plywood with the router again. Little golden pebbles on the bottom. I've also, in the steam at the bottom of the waterfall here again, used my letter stamps, Y-E-S, yes, everywhere it's yes, it can happen. I put a lot more time in planning my works because they're all in series. I'll do a series of 5, 6, 10, 12, whatever. When the sentences ended, I put a period there. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a central core idea I work from and work out from there. I've worked on ideas of communications, travel. Right now I'm working on a series that I call Canadian Icons, which are kind of subconscious images that I hold pretty dear as a Canadian. One thing I learned very early on, after I finished my education, was work hard. My father was a very hard-working individual. He had me working with him. He was a carpenter when I was 12 years old on weekends and summers. So there was always this instillment of working hard. And if I were to leave any advice and or legacy behind, I would say I would like to be thought of as at least a hardworking artist.
That was some really creative stuff. And such a hardworking artist. Thanks a lot, Leo. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, our final journal story for the year, and a live performance by Barry Cito. So keep it on play, we'll be right back.